I remember reading the pilot and didn't think it was a zombie show.
I never thought. And look, I made the zombies and I didn't think it was a zombie show.
Thought it was all over.
As I'm like sitting here and looking into all of your eyes, I'm like, does Walking Dead Daryl Dixon really have to end with season 4? Please, like...
No. Watch season 3.
I think it doesn't.
Just soak up season 3.
Soak it up. I live in the future, Scott, okay? Come on. And what... I know that everybody is sort of pointing to next season because it's like, what's the journey like? What's left to explore? What are you excited about, Norman, like bringing to everybody as you film? Oh yeah. Oh my God. Grab a mic. See, that's how locked in I am.
It got real different right now. What we're filming, I'm kind of in it right now. But Daryl kind of goes inward a bit, which Daryl's never really done. He's tried to avoid that like the plague, and
that's relatable.
Yeah, and it's happening. So I keep mentioning this David Bowie quote when someone asked him what he's going to say his last words before he dies, and he goes, but. I'm kind of there right now. So I don't know. I'm satisfied with what we've done. Yeah, I don't know really.
It almost feels like being tied up in the unknown a little bit. Like it's sort of like, what does lie beyond this? That's what happens in the apocalypse too. Scott, you're nodding like.
No, I mean I'm agreeing with you. I mean that's so Walking Dead, which is like you don't know what's happening 10 miles away. You don't know what's happening 30 miles away, and then we're out in Europe. We're getting to uncover whole new mythologies, whole new stories, whole new groups of people, but we're getting great characters out of it. We're learning all sorts of crazy things, and these guys are telling amazing stories.
I think it's amazing how much material there is to mine from something that started as what everybody thought was just a zombie show. Yeah. And it really is not.
Well,
clearly.
It's about the people, and there you go.
That's what's at the heart of it.
20 years of TV there.
And
I remember reading the pilot and didn't think it was a zombie show.
I never thought. And look, I made the zombies and I didn't think it was a zombie show. Sorry.
No, I did pilot season for the first time, and people are like, "Oh, don't pick that one. It's a zombie show." And I was like, I read this guy waking up going, "Where the hell is my family?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of stuck
real
on that.
drama.
But there's always more stories. It's like your life. Next year you'll be a different person,
with a different appendage on my head. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I mean, and that's David. Did you have when you came into this sort of later than everyone else? Was there an assumption that you had made about the series, or a perspective you were coming from that you changed once you started working with everyone and seeing the stories that everyone's coming to?
An assumption
that
I had.
It was so easy.
That I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a piece of cake. Well, I mean, I had deep respect for the show, and I had watched the beginning very, very carefully and loved it for the exact reasons we were just talking about, which was that it was a character show, and zombies served the character storytelling. Zombies are a great element. They're scary, and they bring a lot of mojo to the world, but that ultimately was about the people. So I really responded to that. And so when I came in, it was just a way, I just wanted to build on that. I just wanted to build on that sensibility and find ways that we could expand on that were in keeping with the original series, but also felt like we were expanding it or making some different choices. So and Europe allowed us to do that. The way we shoot it, the way we were able to really home in on Daryl's character, and then Carol's when Melissa came on, because it wasn't a big sprawling ensemble, so we could do some very intensive story. And that's sort of what Norm's talking about too, is that especially in season 3 you see it starting, and it continues into season 4, this really deep dive into who is Daryl Dixon, what has made him the person that he is now, that we've seen for 15 years. But let's reveal some of the mystery underneath that and examine that and see what it's going to take for him to move into the future and try to find some kind of peace in the world.
There's so many new ideas generated. And Greg, I almost want to get granular for just a second.
Okay.
Is there a way that you keep track of your inspiration or new ideas? Because they keep popping up. In the series, it always feels fresh in certain ways. Like, is there a way that you keep track of ideas, designs, moments?
Look, I've always been inspired by what's written and what's in the script. I mean, when we were doing The Walking Dead, it was always like we didn't want to repeat things that had been done in other zombie, content, other zombie movies and things like that.
Yeah.
But,
and mission accomplished.
Well, that was something important to me because even though it wasn't a zombie show, it was an ensemble series. But we wanted to pay tribute to that element of the show, and we always did. But look, I mean, especially with Daryl Dixon, it's evolved into something very, very different. And something that I find very satisfying because the zombies are still part of the universe. There's still some of the DNA there. But the show has really changed and evolved into something that's completely unique and completely its own. And that was something that we always set out to do with Daryl Dixon, was make sure that it had a signature, it had its signature frequency that nothing else had in the universe. And I think between what Norman did and what our cast in France and Spain did and what David and his team did and our directors and everybody, I think we've accomplished it very well.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of it, and I think people really respond to the fact that, the show feels fresh and it feels new, and it doesn't feel like it's a spin-off of a show that was on for 12 years.
Right.
It feels like its own entity. You could almost take away the original Walking Dead and Daryl Dixon, and the show could stand on its own.
Exactly. And it's something that dawned on me recently is that the reason that I feel so much of a kinship, to characters like Daryl and even to you sitting here right now is because I literally welcome you into my living room.
Yeah.
Like you're in my house. And so it's hard to think of saying goodbye to him, even if it's goodbye for now. Like, what do you think is really the element of Daryl that you're going to carry with you as this particular chapter wraps up? And please, for the love of God, I hope there's more later. But
I don't know. I had like some pivotal moments with Daryl. I think the biggest one was when Merle died, right? And the writers let me do something a little different than what was the original plan, which was turn him into Merle, basically. So he was going to be racist and just a hothead and just a prick, basically. And I wanted him to sort of grow up with that in his family, but be embarrassed by it. So once his brother dies, it gives him this new opportunity to square up and be the man he wanted to be, right? And this show, and even Ride to a certain extent, have always kind of paralleled my life in like weird ways. And it's been like a revolving theme of you find your family in the least expected places, and what are you willing to do for your family? I mean, it's even like that in Death Stranding in a way, So, and in Ride, I travel around the world, and everybody's kind of the same. Like that's what that show taught me.
Right.
Is there's rednecks in the mountains of Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's all like it's so relatable all over the world. Like people want the same things for each other in positive and can be less positive ways as well. But
but I mean, a work ethic. I care for what I do. I care for friends and family. I've been thinking about Daryl Dixon for 24/7 for almost 15 years now. Like literally go to bed thinking it, wake up thinking about it, call the other actors, talk about it, call these guys, talk about it. Like there's a lot. I mean, I can't even make a list of all the ways,
Okay, well, please keep thinking. Please come back. Everybody listen. This is I have to let you go now, but we're not ready to say goodbye. So for this interview, we'll say goodbye. But
all right.
And after time, if you're lucky, start living again.